Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Mama Fox Studios. This is Missy, and we are continuing to build our Oriental Charm little house we're doing. And right now we're working on the leather couch. So let's jump in, keep going. We've got two of our pieces already covered with the leather. We need to get some pieces of wood, so B23s. We need 3 of them. And I know which ones they are. Going to be these ones. There's our third one. Okay, so we just left the paper on so that we would know the dimensions and we could get the right ones. So we don't need these papers anymore. So we're going to put the batting, just glue it right onto the wood piece on all 3 of them. Let's do that. I have learned from doing the other 2 pieces, I'm going to trim up any overage. And these ones are not wrapping around onto the back, they're just going to go up the sides when we put the leather on. Whoops, flicked out of my hand. Right, so let's just trim up. Alrighty. Okay, and now we are going to take our 3.8 by 3.4s pieces of leather that we've already cut out. We don't need the papers anymore. And we're going to put the padding, the padding side down on the back of the leather. And just center that down. Got our third one. Okay, and now, so they want us to wrap it up the sides, but not overlay it to the back. I think I want to try the super glue again. Or not. That didn't stick at all. Sorry. I'm literally just holding it, and we're going to guess what I'm doing? Yep, I'm waiting for glue to dry. That didn't hold at all. I think it's because the wood. The wood is the untreated wood, and it just sucks up that glue. So, okay. So then to make this a bit faster, we're going to do both sides at the same time, or opposite sides at the same time, because we're going to have to hold it. We're going to have to hold it anyways for both sides. Might as well do both at once, right? Sure. It's better than the super glue. Okay, so when we fold up the sides, we're going to fold it flat, and those edges, the corners, are going to kind of poke out. So, and we're going to trim those off anyways. I kind of don't like doing edges like this, but I'm going to do it because this is how they all are. Because if you trim too much of that corner off, you'll get a hole in that doesn't cover your wood. I've done it many, many times before. This is much easier than those were. Well, I know these are, straight edges. Those were some rounded ones, and those are more difficult, but even though they're not like the best, we'll have this long skinny one is going to go over the top of this to smooth it out, so that will help. I don't think they're too bad. Waiting for glue to dry. Now that you see how I glue the first one down, if you want to fast forward while I glue the other two, I get it, I understand. This side is not quite held tight enough. None of that is. What is happening? The other side's held so well, they kind of spoiled me, and now it doesn't want to hold as good. Come on. We don't want you to slide, baby, slide on this one. We want you to stick, baby, stick. I don't think that's a song. I think the slide one is a song, but I don't think the stick one is. Nope. Come on. Oh, excuse me. Oh. We'll double fist it, right? Holding the pieces, I meant. Get your minds out of the gutter. This one's staying down much better now. Okay, and these two sides. That was silly that I thought that was going to be done by then, right? Very, very silly of me. And Yes, I know, we're waiting for glue to dry and I'm quiet. I'm sorry, it's like 1:45, but I did not sleep very good last night at all. At all. At all. I don't even think I got my requisite 2 hours of sleep. Seriously, it was a rough night. But sitting on my bed, I'm like, I'm either going to just sit here and zone out all day. Can't even watch a movie or anything because I can't concentrate enough. Like, it's just not keeping me engaged. This is because I'm physically doing something with my hands, which helps. But when I'm just watching something, if I'm not like completely, into it, I just like was zoned out. So I thought, well, I'm going to sit here and be zoned out all day, or I need to do something. So here I am making a video. Just that my brain's not quite functioning on all pistons right now. Try to come up with some witty dialogue, or not that I do that often. I usually just ramble. You guys know, I just ramble. Talk about books. You know a book that irritated me? Okay, so a long time ago, probably, I want to say a year-ish ago, maybe, I did a podcast with a couple of friends, Jeffrey and John. They used to do the podcast together, and I'd watch them. And then John went on vacation for a week, and so I was always watching them and commenting, talking to them in the comments and stuff when they were live. And I was friends with them, but Jeffrey asked me to co-host, for the week that John was gone. So it was fun. I mean, it totally ruined their show. They used to talk about politics and current affairs and stuff, and then I got on there, and I don't follow much of that. And so we just started BSing, basically. The three of us, sometimes 3 nights a week for till 2 or 3 in the morning. It was hilarious. I had fun, but it was we were a little crazy. Little crazy. But, one of them, I think it was Jeffrey, had asked if I had read the book Missing 411. I said, no, you know what? I've heard about the Missing 411, but I didn't ever look into it. So I looked into it. There's a book. There's podcasts. There's YouTube videos. There's all kinds of stuff. Now, I read the book, and I was not impressed. Not the fact they did a ton of research. So, just so you know, the Missing 411 is when people go missing and are like not ever found. Or, they compiled the statistics of it, basically, is what this book is. Now, I get that. List them as far as, because, I've always said you can make statistics say anything you want if you frame it just right? So I get the categories of age, of state or city or county, so location, age, location, female, male, even race maybe, just the different categories that would differentiate. Okay, so now we're just going to, not all the way, you do not want to cut past where they touch, because if you cut past where they touch each other, you will see a hole. So see how that just gave me a nice crisp corner? So we're going to cut off all the corners, and then we're going to trim any overlay here. And I'd rather trim again, like I'm going to have to here, versus trim too much the first time and get those holes. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim flat with the wood. All right, and then we have one of our cushions, just like that. Nice crisp corners. I mean, so I'm going to do that on the other two. So what I was saying about the 411, the book. I get certain categories, even if, like, categories of, did they have suspects? Did they think it was family related? Did they think they were runaways? So I get, excuse me, a lot of the categories. What I don't get are some of the categories. Like, they had categories of how many people in, I don't know the state, I'm just saying, like, yeah, I'm going to pick one. So how many people in Iowa were picking berries when they disappeared? That's literally a chapter in this book. Not the Iowa part, but the berry picking. It really seriously was a whole chapter in this book. So they took people that were picking berries, and then they categorized them down as far as, like, states or, you know, areas and stuff like that. And I was just like, wait, what does picking berries have to do with disappearances? What? I mean, maybe the fact that you're kind of maybe potentially out in, I don't know, rural areas, or kind of in the wild, or maybe alone. Okay, but that's not what they were categorizing. They were categorizing them because they were picking berries. And I was just like, no, I don't understand. So on this podcast, what was the name of it? The Shelf Help Show? Yeah, I think so. I was upset about it. I was like, and of course, one of the guys, well, both of them mostly, all of us really, we like to play devil's advocate with each other. It's my favorite pastime. So of course they're devil's advocating with me. No, like, picking berries is an important footnote. And I'm just like, no, it's so not. I remember getting all, like, upset about it. Like, this is the stupidest category marker. And I don't know why I just thought about that, but, you know, random thoughts at random times. I always said I was going to be a stand-up comic and have two, like, in Netflix or HBO specials. One was going to be called You Can't Fix Stupid, and one was going to be called Random Thoughts at Random Times. Okay, those turned out to be some really nice. Those are so much nicer than those. But anyway, so now we want to take, we need B22, which are going to be, I just saw one. Where did it go? Hello, hello, hello. Where are you? Oh, wait. B22. Let me double check. I thought they were round. Maybe they're square. Yeah, they're square. 2.3 by 0.5. I think they're these ones. Yep. So even though these are square, they're going to kind sorry about that. Oh. What is my dog doing? Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. So even though they're square, we're going to kind of round it off. We're going to use the 2.5 by 2.3. We have two of them here. So we don't need the papers anymore. And we're just going to wrap it around. So it's going to, obviously we'll glue it down, but let me see how far around it's going to go. I was basically just going to cover the four sides. So slightly squarish, but not, fully square anymore, because that's okay. These are going to be the arms of our couch. So let's anchor this one down right on the edge. And I'm just going to hold it on the sides and glue all three other edges here. I think the dog went nuts because I think that was our neighbor next door bringing over like Christmas gifts. I think. Not 100% sure, but I think I heard him say one for me. Okay, so yeah, those are like perfect fits. I can't believe it. Usually you gotta trim. As you saw, we had to trim all of these. Well, we should have trimmed them, but we had to trim a little bit, not a huge amount, but we had to trim some of that up, right? So I'm impressed that these are like spot on. And just do the same to the other one. And we'll just wrap it around. Hey, you stay. No, 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 no. This one's not wanting to cooperate quite as good. There we go. Okay, so now we need to pull some of our supporting pieces. So we need B19, 20, and 21. I think they're going to be those three. And I'm going to double check though, just to make sure. Yes. Okay, so this is the front. This is the seat. It's going to line up on the top of that. And then this is the back, and it's going to line up wherever it lines up. I think it'd probably be right about there. So let's put this on. So we're going, let me just double check that. Yeah. So it's going to line up on against the top, not the bottom decorative scalped ones, but that top flat edge. It's not going to go on it. It's going to just line up behind it. Some of the fuzz on the tip of my nozzle there. Put both glues, our Aleene's for long term and the crazy super glue for the I'm impatient. Yes, got it, got it, got it. Now just get it at 90 degrees. And I'm going to stand them up so that both sides, the front and the back of the couch, feet are on the ground. And then smush them together. That way they'll be level. That way it will sit flat, hopefully. And yeah, it was kind of right in the center of that first bubble there. That's where I was thinking it was going to go. The glue will dry clear. Okay. Whoop, don't push. Oh! pushed unevenly. So meaning I pushed on the bottom part of this and I pushed on the top part of the back, which there's no support there. Dang it. Okay, so now we're going to take our rolled up square little logs here, right? And we're going to put them on that center bubble and the handle here. So they're just going to kind of float, and I'm going to make sure that that seam is on the bottom, although you won't see it because we are going to cover them with the leather, but so I'm going to put the A-lanes on the handle. I'm going to put a touch of the super glue on the couch. Now we got to be careful because this is going to be a bit of a tight fit. Well, not really. Better than I thought. Okay. Let's give that a second to get tacky. Yes, my coffee is done gone cold, but I had the caramel macchiato creamer this morning. Oh, yum. I hadn't had that one before. It's very, very good. Come on. So then we're going to take our 4.7 by 2.5, these long ones here, and we're going to start on the inside at, oh, that's too bad. I like that space. They want us to wrap it from the base up and around, tuck it in, and then down to the base again. That really is too bad. So see, we don't have a, it's hollow in there. So they are wanting us to cover that up. So they want us to attach the bottom to the bottom of the seat, right? And then wrap it around. Whoop. Tuck it in and then down. So basically they want us to follow the arm of this. So I'm going to put it on the bottom of the bottom because that's going to just like kind of stand right on our thing. But then I'm going to do about half. I'm going to put right on the inside. But now I'm not going to put it all in the middle because not all of it will touch something, right? So now I'm just going to put some on there. Let me didn't need the inside there. Nope. Okay, we're gonna have to do this like in sections, I think. So it's not on the inside here, it's on the outside because it's up against the back of the couch. Okay, so far I just have it tucked in there, so it's touching the base along the back and then right along the front arm. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side, so that way we can kind of get them going. So along the bottom edge. It's going to go that way, so along the back edge. Not quite half, I think. And along the inside of the front. I don't know how good of a design this was, but now we're going to go on the inside edge, just like I did in the front here. Stay in that. And here's the kicker part. We gotta. Oh, shoot. So wrap it over, right? Okay, we're just gonna go that far for right now. We're gonna let that glue dry, yeah. Same process over here. I'm just not going up like all the way because I know it's only going to go so far. Come on. I just want it to lay straight over. here's going to be the part. Oh, my watch battery's low. I know, I know. So I'm going to stay down. They want us to tuck it up and into a little groove. But remember, there's padding. And then just down. So I guess we're just going to put it on the inside, and then I'm going to put it on the across that bottom row of wood, right across there. I am going to tuck a little bit up into those crevices. And then stay. A little bit on that outer wood piece because it's not really wanting to stay super tight against it. So we're going to make it. You can see the white a little bit on the back side, but I'm okay with that. It's because there's not this, this is, but it's smaller. There's not that big piece there. But, so. And I would think that they would have us cut that off, but it's so hard to see. I don't think they, no, I don't think they do. I think they just let it hang down. So we're just going to let that hang down, I guess. So let's go over to this side. Repeat and rinse. Rinse and repeat, that's what it is. So along the inside edges. Along that bottom wood and the front wood, and which includes that corner. And then just tuck it the best we can up into the corners. See, the end, the back side stays better because there's no wood there. So it just clamps right to the material. Oh, and this one's short. Oh, we're going to have to trim the other side. Oh, yes, we are, because this one is way short. This one goes like where it should, which is just past that wood piece, and that one's like way further. That's better. Oh, that's a little jagged, but that's okay. All right, so there are our arms. And now we want to take our 3 cushions. I believe it's going to be long ways. Yeah, long ways, and we want to stick them down. Just push them all the way to the back and down. Just making sure they didn't get twisted, because this one did get a little twisted when I put it in, so make sure they're all straight. Oh, I am liking this, you guys. Okay, now we put our our short one goes in front. The tall one goes in back. We are going to cover up those armrests. Awesome. Okay. So like I said, that little one, push it all the way down and back. You don't want to push it so hard that it pops out your bottom cushions. You just want to make sure it's sitting right on top of all those cushions. And it should match fairly well with the back. All right, and then this one. Pop that one on there. I'm trying to make sure that those, it's more centered over those, the little puzzle piece outlet thing versus the top. Like that's the important part. Now it does not cover all that because it is bigger, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, we'll get this on there good. Now remember this long center one, or this long skinny one, it is going to go and cover that. Doesn't, yeah. So basically it's going to cover, it's not going to cover all three pieces. It's basically going to cover the wood in the center. But it, you know, it is what it is. So because I don't know exactly how much of the couch it's going to cover, I prefer to put my glue on the strip. But it is a bit fuzzy because it's that backing of the leather, so it's not wonderful to do. I want to make sure I get it tucked up right up against that arm cushion. And yeah, I'm just going to do it a little bit at a time. Actually, I think until I get to the end, I think I am going to just put it down the center of this wood. Let's see how well that works. Gotta make sure that I stay down in those divots. And then I'm going to trim it a bit because I don't want it to be sticking out. I want it to tuck really nicely, and I'm going to put it back on the material for the last little bit. Hey now, stay down in that divot. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to take, I know we're at an hour, but we're almost done. We've got 1, 2, almost done. Let's finish this off. Whoop. Except none of that. I do not need to move that. I'm afraid I'm going to lose these pieces. So yeah, let's finish this off. I've got just little finishing touches. So we want to take the big gold bead, right? The gold beads. And it says 11 centimeters. Let's see, it's going to go not in the center where we put this, but on that seam that we created. So they said 11 centimeters. I just want to see. They've been pretty good. I probably measured maybe a little wrong, so I'm going to go with 11. I'd rather cut a little bit off than be short. And then we need that thin little one. And it's going to go right underneath the cushions in between the two armchairs. Or between the two arm legs. And that says 6.6. I didn't measure that. I measured like 6.1, but we'll go give it 6.6. And then we need just one little bit of, which one here? No. I think it's that one. And this I will just cut to their dimensions because it's just going, so 5.5. Those 3 pieces and the 3 pillows. That's all we got to put down. And then we're done with our sofa, couch, whatever you want to call it. I think yeah, I did super glue right on the beads, but make sure you get it on the right side. How did that happen? Why? thinking it's put it on the wrong side. Dang it. Yep. Okay, I'm going to put that on the leather then, maybe. Yeah, okay. And yep, I knew that was way too long, but you know, what can you do? Oh, stay down. That looks good, y'all. I wish I had cut one more. Dang it. Stay down. Stay where I put you. If you stay where I put you, you'll be perfect. Alrighty, so now let's go. This is just under the cushions. So not on them, not over the, not past it. Right on the wood. What are you doing here? Doing? There. And again, I went by their dimensions, not my measurements, and it's too long. Of course it is. we go. Okay, and then we're going to put kind of on the arm and then down across there. I am going to go ahead and use the aliens for this because it will sit on the material better. I want it to kind of come. What are you doing to me here? Just letting a little spot on the cushion. And then we go ahead and give it a little bit on the front, just so it has something to hold on to, know where to go, know where to stay, a little bit on that bottom cushion. I'm not doing very big pieces, I'm just doing little dots because that material is grabbing on really good. Okay, so just kind of draped across, and then now they have it white, green, and brown, but I think you lose the brown, so I want the brown on top of the white. And then I want it like that. Yep, and this is where you get your artistic license. Put it any which way you want. So I'm going to put a little bit on that bottom edge. Where it's going to stand on the couch, and then a little bit on that back where it's going to touch the back of the couch. Same thing with the green. And now I put my edges on the sides and on the bottom. So the top is that folded part, so it's a bit fuller. That's why I put that no edges on the top, because that folded part is a little bit fuller, and I like it to look a little bit fuller on the top. So now I did pull it over, like they have it right in this, almost in the center. Maybe not quite, but I kind of overlapped a little bit on the brown, but I wanted a bit on that white so you could see that green. But now I'm going to put the white all the way over in the other corner. So we can just, sorry if you can hear the car alarm. So on that bottom row, or on that bottom edge, and then a little bit on the back. And there we go, folks. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. It's so cute, except we're not staying down over here. Very good, are we? There. Yes, yes, yes. I like it, I like it. All right, so I know we're just past an hour, but we're going to call it quits there. I wanted to get this done today. It is done. It is looking absolutely, probably one of my best upholstered jobs I've done on these. The edge of that just doesn't want to stay down, that last little bobble. So Obviously, super glue isn't holding it, so why not try a little bit of touch of aliens? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So anyways, all right, well, thanks for joining me. Come back next time. We're going to, what are we doing? Some curtains, some cappuccino mugs, some vases, a little bit of everything. Yeah? All right, so I hope to see you on the next build. Thanks, guys. Bye.